Hey, what's up YouTube? Chris Gardiner here today, and I just wanted to show you something that, yet another piece of the puzzle for helping out your real estate clients with your photography, since I'm assuming if you are like me, that's what you spend a lot of your time doing. So one of the, you can't always shoot on a nice day, so one of the useful things to be able to do is add a blue sky in when you can't get a shoot day with one. Which, when there's more homes than there are nice days, more homes to list than there are nice days to shoot them on, it's bound to happen. So that's what we're going to walk through. And there are a ton of blue sky tutorials on the internet, but I think all of them almost are missing like a couple crucial steps. Like definitely one of the most important steps I find to getting a believable result is to do with the horizon line and making sure that the photo that you are replacing the sky on, you can identify a horizon line probably is right about here, right? That's level with the camera. And then the photo that you are replacing it with, you know where that similar horizon line is. So in this case, let's drop the opacity down so you can see both. So realistically that should be about there. And the other thing is you should try and source skies that are at the focal length that you are replacing. So this looks like it could have been 22 millimeters, I would guess. Maybe 30 even. And if that, you might want to use a different photo for a 40 millimeter focal length sky replacement than you do for a 12 millimeter focal length sky replacement, because they will have different properties, and when you don't have them matching, that's one of the main things that I think is going to give your photo away as being unbelievable, and that's not something you want necessarily. Another thing is direction of lighting, and the sun is obviously a major one. You don't want to have a sun back here when it should be projecting shadows this way, and yet you got shadows coming from across the camera, maybe over your shoulder. So that would be pretty bad too. Anyway, so we got our sky pretty well in place. We're going to go in here and just very roughly see, we can start seeing a lot of that come back. We've got most of it there. And I actually already did this one to deliver to the agent, but I thought I'd just pick one at random and show it for YouTube. So here we go. What I'm really looking for with fine tuning these is I want to get, I can ignore all this because these are big blocks. I need to worry about the small blocks where I don't want to spend a whole lot of my time, because you very easily can if you in there. So I'm trying to get those big those finer areas sorted out. Then we're going to apply a layer mask. And you can generally accomplish this pretty roughly, just like that. And this transparent glass, this actually isn't a problem that comes up all that often, which makes this sky replacement a tiny bit harder. But it's also a good candidate for a tutorial. And there it is. Alright, and now Alicia. So I did this one way. First time I did it for the agent, but for this I'm going to show you something a little different. We're just going to switch our brush over. Okay, and we're going to just go with, most of what we need done like that. Now this is a little more blocky over here, so we might want to do that differently. I did do it differently when I did it, and wasn't my favorite. So we gotta consider in this one, if you want to be truly correct, we have multiple layers of glass and some areas without glass. Each one of those, so you know, this should be the most transparent, this should be 0 or you know 100% transparent. And then here, because we are now overlapping 2 layers of glass, this should be somewhat less so, you know, so more muted hue or tones, and that would just be a kind of big headache, which I'd prefer not to get into. So we're gonna do this. Now the other thing I want to do is just adjust this to be slightly backed off of pure white. And this will get us pretty close. So what we can do, make sure we're on add to selection, and then we'll just get all of these. And there we have it. That could be considered probably a finished sky swap. However, I typically like to finish it off just a little more. That's a little bit of this. So applying to only the sky layer, I like to lighten it a little more on the horizon usually. So it's not working for me. There we go. Okay. Just a little bit. And you can always tone that down even further. There. And so that's what I'd consider a finished sky swap. This one was obviously a you know, a little chunk of time spent in there, but if you're dealing with good clean lines, like let's say, you know, just from here, boom, 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 you can be pretty productive with these. It's you know, just another tool you can add to the repertoire for your real estate clients. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you stopping by, watching the whole video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it with someone you think might appreciate it.